Yo, what's up guys? It's Mr. Jiggly back in with another video, and I'm about to tell y'all 10 ways you could get better at Rebirth Island. So let's get straight into it.
Far away from town, we talk until we can't no more.
Alright, number 1. Always have teammates with mics. It's hard to play with somebody without a mic. They could ping and stuff like that, but it's way faster if they have a mic. And it's always better, especially if someone's rotating early or if someone's sneaking up behind you and they're fighting and they need help. It's always good to play with somebody with a mic. And number 2, a lot of people have this problem, but managing your money you pick up. It's always good to get loadout first, then you find out who has enough money for a UAV or ammunition box or a precision for later on into the game. It's always better to manage your money, split it out between your teammates, and figuring out what y'all need for later in that game. Number 3, zone rotation. I know a lot of new players have problems with zone, especially rotating late, and you really don't want to do that, especially if you're a new player. You would like to be in zone early so you could catch other people rotating out late, because there's always another team in the zone or outside, barely outside the zone, that just fought another team and they're really low, and you really like to be that one person in zone. You'll catch them lacking, get a team wipe and all that. So just make sure you're always in zone first, especially if you're a newer player. Then later on, when you get more experience, you could just stay kind of beside a zone. And once you learn like the zone rotations and how they really work, then that's when you could really play the zone late. Number 4 is when to engage into a fight. Okay, let's say you have a UAV up and you see two teams really close to each other. I wouldn't push that exactly yet. This is for the newer players. I wouldn't push that exactly yet. I would wait till they're done fighting. Then there's your chance to third party. And it's always better to wait, because if you show up while they're fighting, then they might both shoot at you, and then it would be just a really bad mess. So I would wait for your chance to third party. And after you're done in a fight, always expect another squad coming after y'all. Like, pick up quick, loot up quick, get everything ready, and just rotate and just get out of there really quick, and just always be ready, because there's always other people chilling around and just waiting for the chance to engage into a third party. Alright, number 5 is knowing the map areas. Always take your time, know the in and outs of the map, which houses have windows, like, and just doors, and like easy ways for you to escape, because you're always gonna have that one fight where all your teammates died and it's just you against everybody. And if you're not exactly experienced yet to take on all of them at once, always know the map area so you can escape really quick, wait for your teammates to come back, and just get a chance to fall back and get ready just in case they push you. Alright, number 6 is knowing the ground loot or having a really good loadie. Knowing the ground loot and which guns would be better for a fight is always good to have, because it's always going to, somebody's going to have that legendary ground loot they just picked up for a box. So I know if you just landed, you don't have a really good gun, you might just have to work with it. But if you see a way better gun than that, always pick it up. Know the metas and, the in and outs of a really good gun, the recoil, the firepower, especially with loadies. You could always look up, like what's the best loadie class mate, the best perks, flashes, stems, stuff like that. It's always useful to have a better gun than your opponent, because a lot of players, they have, the new meta weapons or what guns are good for this season. So I would always keep up with that and see which guns are best. Number 7, having better aim. I know for new experienced players, you're not going to have amazing aim off the bat, but there's always private matches, there's always a pregame lobby. You could really work on it. You could just jump around the corner and aim at someone's head. And for newer players, I would always aim for the head. Just always try to get your headshots in, especially in a pregame lobby. Or you could go in a private match, work against bots. You can always just practice just aiming for the head, or snapping on, moving your controller real quick, just snapping onto the head, because it's always good, because especially if you see somebody at the corner of your eye, you can easily just turn and snap onto them and just pop them in the head, and you'll kill them a lot faster than you would shoot them in the legs or stuff like that. So just always practice especially in the pregame lobbies. I know people don't play in the pregame lobby, but it's always good to warm up, jump around, aim for people's heads, shoot people out of the sky. It really does help work with your accuracy. Alright, number 8, best sound settings or controller sensitivity. The sound settings, it just really varies to you. Like if you have the music dialogue all the way up, I would turn that all the way down. And just like the master, sometimes you're not supposed to have the master all the way up. You have it a little bit lower. And like certain settings, you have them up and higher. I would look up a video for the best sound settings, because sometimes the way you change them, you can hear footsteps a lot louder and stuff like that, and it really does help when you could tell the difference between your teammates or enemies rotating out towards you, and you could hear gunfire and stuff like that. So I would look up a video which sound settings are best for Warzone for y'all. And with the controller sensitivity, if your sensitivity is way too high, it's going to be a lot harder to really control, especially if you're pressured into a gunfight and the teammates are really depending on you and your sensitivity, you can't just really handle it. I would turn it down a little bit more so it's not so, shaky all over the place, but, you will get used to it, and once you get more experience into the game and higher sensitivity, then that's when you'll be able to control it more and not be as shaky. Number 9, high ground. It's always best to have high ground, especially if you're in the zone early and you're up on top of a building and you see people running below you. It's a lot easier for you just to aim down, shoot at them, than for them to look up at you, especially if you're peeking over a little bit, or especially if you got a sniper. It'll always be best for you in that situation. But let's say if you're in that situation where you're getting shot at, always just pick somewhere a higher spot, because it really does suck when you're in a situation against people and let's say they're the last ones, and you're fighting against a lot of people, and like it's your team versus their team, and they have the higher ground and they're in zone. It's gonna be really hard for you guys to win that game. But if you guys were in that situation right there, it would be a lot easier for y'all. So always get high ground, know what's higher up in the map, and just stay in zone and just have that advantage. Number 10, want to revive teammates. You don't want to revive teammates instantly off the bat if the enemy's already around the corner. You want to stay and fight and try to get them away before you revive, because if they catch you lacking while reviving, it's going to be harder to win that fight, because you're too busy trying to revive your teammate. And let's say you're in that scenario too. If you down 2, it's a 4v4, you down 2 other teammates and your whole squad's still alive. Y'all need to push that so you could easily you have the advantage, so you could get the wipe and stuff like that. So always time your revives, have a distraction, a precision, a cluster, or have a teammate cover fire while you revive. Never want to revive instantly off the bat. That's how you lose gunfights, and it's easier for other team to beat y'all. Well, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up the video. Hope you guys enjoy. I really do hope these tips help you guys, and yeah, so that is the 10 ways to get better at Rebirth, or Warzone in general, and I just hope it really does help you guys. Let me know in the comments below if it did help and how many wins y'all got, or just if you want to comment anything, let me know, and drop a like and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.
Walk along that street, talking nervously. You closer, won't be long now.